Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 Shadowkeep for some more Destiny 2 news and Season of Dawn and upcoming Season of Worthy Intel. And today guys, I have a solo raid glitch. This will allow you to bypass several sections of the raid and essentially do this by yourself to a certain extent. I'm going to get to all that info in just one second, but first I just want to remind everybody I'm still doing the giveaway on my YouTube channel. The next one will be at 20,000 subscribers. All you have to do to be entered into that giveaway is like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the notifications, the bell, right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. Those will be linked in the description box below. And as always guys, if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll have a secret word you can leave in the comments section to be entered into that giveaway a second time on this video. Remember guys, these stack between all videos, so if you haven't done this on a previous video on this channel, go back, check out another piece of content, and do it again. Alright guys, so on to this solo raid glitch. I've covered parts of this in previous videos. Obviously, this is a glitch that will allow you to get certain raid chests in the Garden of Salvation raid. Those will allow you to get raid mods without actually having to do the raid itself, which is great. But I had only really been able to get to the first raid chest in a fairly easy fashion up until recently. Now, other people had done these things in the past with sword flying and the Titan, but now with the Warlock and Heat Rising, it becomes pretty easy if you know the right map or the right pattern to use to traverse to this certain section of the raid. Now the first part you're going to see in this video, of course I have covered in previous videos, but this is a direct path on how to glitch to the first raid chest. Now the first secret raid chest of course will, as I said, allow you to get raid mods, and you can get this on all three characters every week. It's very simple, especially if you have somebody who's willing to do this with you. All you have to do is simply follow the path that I'm showing you right now. Once you get to the raid chest, you can have your fellow guardian join you there, and then you can simply log out and log back in and join up on your partner, and then get the raid chest again. It's fairly simple, and the spawn locations for these particular chests are usually in the general vicinity of the secret chest, and that's kind of why they're secret. So as you can see, all you need to do is traverse down the left side of that big tunnel or corridor, and then up to where you see the trees, and then follow this path right here. It's fairly simple. Just make your way up the ledges. At the top, there is one tricky method, and I have covered this again, but you're going to want to have a sword with you because you are going to need a lunge. You don't necessarily need the ammo, and you might want to save as much ammo as you can until later. But just sword fly kind of, or sword lunge through that area, and then make your way across to this section. Be quick about it because there is a kill zone there. And then once you kind of get to this area, I would stay up into the top right so you don't have any trouble. You will see you hit the undergrowth load zone. At this point, all you need to do is simply kill yourself, and you will spawn inside the undergrowth. I would just give something or carry something with you that does allow you to kind of basically blow yourself up. Grenade launcher helps. You will need a sword for later, so when you do start this off, I would suggest hitting a raid banner, bringing some of those with you, and filling up on as much sword ammo as you can, and then basically conserving it for the first section, just because the second section will be easy if you're on a warlock. Titans might have a trickier time. Hunters, I don't think it's necessarily possible, but warlocks will be able to do this fairly easy, especially with some practice. But a sword will be necessary, or at least at the very minimal helpful. So as you can see here, we get the first raid chest, get some mods, and you could, of course, have your buddy join you at that point. Next section is, of course, for the second secret chest. You're going to want to make your way around this side of the map, and then basically follow this pathing. Now, it's a little bit tricky, but there are little edges. This is probably the toughest spot. to hook onto. I've found that if you kind of jump up to the left, you can get a little bit higher. You're going to want full agility, of course, and then you're going to want to make your way around to this section. Here is a fairly safe plane. You have a fairly open ledge. The next spot is tricky. You're going to want to use heat rising and jump to this tower. Now you're going to have a limited amount of time at this tower, so you're going to want to literally just ping pong off of it and then make your way around to this point. Now this is another fairly safe ledge. Those are the two major jumps so far. This one is probably the trickiest. You got to jump as fast as you can, sword fly onto that ledge, and then essentially bounce off and land on this somewhat known link. You can kind of see there's a T section there. Up to the left of that T section, there's another little ledge. Again, use heat rising and make your way up to this point. Just let yourself kind of coast down. Don't do what I did and drop, but I did get a little lucky. And then at that point, you should be able to just jump up to the top. You have to make your way up to the top. When you do, you have to kind of keep above a certain kill zone that will come in if you get too low. Stay above it until you get close to the next corridor, because you're going to want to drop quickly. Otherwise, you will get killed in the air. You will spawn, of course, on the top of the tower that you previously just tried to jump over, which is great, but it can get a little bit annoying if you have to keep dying once you're up on the top and you just have to fly over the ledge. So just make your way as far as you can before you actually start to drop there. The next section is just following the general raid path. If you've never been in the raid, of course, you just kind of follow around to the left side. Don't get fooled by those teleporters, because they essentially just teleport you down to one another and then drop you off of a ledge. A little bit of a fun thing. Of course, Bungie always has to do some stuff like that. And again, if you're a warlock, you can use heat rising to sort of make these jumps a little bit easier and safer. And just make your way around this ledge here, of course. And then you'll see those famous sort of floating windmills. Now, I have seen people make their way up using the windmills at that point, but I would just generally say make it safe, go around, jump between the windmills. There is cliff landings on the opposite side, and it's a fairly easy step up from there. There is one port where you will use the windmill, of course, but generally you can just sort of make your way along the rocks. Use heat rising as much as necessary, and if you want to just throw a super at this point, no one's going to stop you. Of course, here is the section where you can make use of the windmill. Make your way up into the wonderful flower field, and then towards these trees with the big pink branches or leaves. You, of course, now are at the end of the raid. You can make your way to the right, or, of course, go back to the left and get the second secret chest. Now again, guys, this has been around for a little while, but heat rising has made it quite a bit easier to do. So if you have a warlock, I would suggest just try logging into the raid, go getting a couple of chests, maybe bringing a buddy with you so you can get it on more than one character. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you found the information today helpful. I know I've covered some of this before in the past in other videos, but a good information update on certain things like this, where you maybe don't have anybody to run the raid with, or you just want to get into the raid, get some raid mods, get some experience, who knows, is necessary every once in a while. And thank you all for watching all the way to the end. And if you're here, the secret word for today, because we're in it, is going to be garden. Garden is the secret word for today. Leave that in the comment section down below to be entered into that giveaway a second time on this video. And as always, everybody, I am Wilhelm Scream. We will see you next time.
Little.